creep you guys out a little bit with this weird, seemingly still shot. All right, let me explain this. Here's a couple books I've written in the past through a Real Deal publisher. Micro Living. I'm looking for tiny houses for my, well, kind of my next book. I'll explain in a second. And I need them kind of soon. I should have thought of this idea earlier to incorporate, just a search for tiny houses. But I've been so busy with workshops, North Carolina, upcoming California one. All the details are below. They're all hands-on. You will build with us, not sit in a hotel ballroom and be bored. This is my newest book, Micro Living. This is David Latimer's house on the cover. Something we built at a workshop, hands-on, in art studio in Los Angeles at a museum. This is something in upstate New York, another Latimer picture. Anyways, super full color book, much craziness, design tips, budget building, houses that range from truly small to semi-small. And in the back is a full plan set for that which we built, which is kind of worth the bucks alone in, actually tested and tried and true or proven, whatever, in California. Kind of this backyard art studio, 16 feet long, could be a tiny house kind of thing. So that's my most recent book. All these links are in the description below. This is the one that's in Lowe's nationwide too, Micro Shelters, but you're gonna find it a heck of a lot cheaper on Amazon. Not that I wanna plug them too much. Go to a mom and pop bookstore, would you? And buy one or have them order it. Micro Shelters, same thing. Basically did so well with the photos and content that it spawned Micro Living. And this here, get to the point, Deke. This was the first book, kind of the second actually that I put out. There's one before this that was DIY underground style that was called Quick Camps and Leg Cramps, which you'll be hard pressed to find. This is the first book I put out. Originally it was self-published, and after getting some New York Times coverage and a bunch of other stuff online, I couldn't keep up with book orders anymore. It's a very weird book, I will warn you, but if you take the time to decipher what's in here, there is a lot of stuff that pertains to building on a budget, tiny house building, tree forts, backyard art studio structures. On the cheap is the theme. Back then I said to myself, why not make a DIY book that's kind of like an ADD graphic novel? These are all pen sketches I did, and on and on and on. It took forever to put this book together. And there's a color insert section of some really cool things, tiny houses at the time I really dug, stuff I built. So here's what I'm getting at. This publisher wants a new version that will be out kind of soon, and this is all below as well, of Humble Homes, Simple Shacks, Cozy Cottages, Ramshackle Retreats, Funky Forts, and whatever the heck else we could squeeze in here. But they want more on the tiny house angle of things. Initially, because I have a lot of talented friends of the game, I feature them in some of the other books just to get their work in and spread the word about what they do. I want to find some new tiny houses, and not only that, like diminutive, small, funky, cool, affordable structures, even tree houses, backyard art studios. If you out there have any and you want to be featured in the color photo section of this, because I figured it'd be kind of fun. I've had my work featured in like at least a dozen or so books. Every time I get a copy of them, I'm so psyched. Like, this is a trip, man. Like, how thrilling and flattering is it to have my stuff featured, or to be asked to have my stuff featured in a book? Like, here's something, David and Jeannie Stiles, who I love, who did those transforming A-frame plans with me. Those are in the descriptions below. It's a cabin you can build for $1,200. Some Vardos. Anyways, if you have a cabin that is particularly cool, funky, whimsical, colorful, that's kind of the stuff I'm looking for, my email will be coming up shortly. Send me a photo, one please, of that cabin. Like, put your best foot forward. We need good photo work. It's got to be 300 DPI or greater. If you don't know what that is, just look it up. I'm not really a computer guy myself, so at first when I started writing books, I'm like, I don't know what the heck that means. And all of a sudden I had this weird accent. So if you want to be considered, and I can't guarantee I can get back to every email, because sometimes I do these contests and it's just an avalanche of stuff comes in, it's crazy, and I'm way too busy with stuff already. If you want to be considered, send me a photo. You must have rights to that photo, all right? Because I can't go and publish it in a book and someone else owns the rights to it and they're not cool with it being in a book. I'll admit, this is a very small publishing house, unlike the other publisher I'm on now. There's like no money in this book. So this is just, if you guys want to be represented in this book, I'll be forthright with that. No one reads these days. There's no money in publishing, believe you me. So if you want to be in the updated version of this book, we're looking for some houses. It's fun. All you have to do is submit a photo. It's not like you're giving up too much on your end. I want you to be featured in this book. Send the photos to the email that's coming up in just a second. And yeah, it'll be fun for me to find out some other, discover some other future tenant houses that maybe we could travel out to and film a full YouTube tour on at some point in time. And I'm stroking imaginary beard, making weird face, working on another book coming up. So if it doesn't make it in this book, it just might make it in the next one. All right, looking for wild stuff, fun stuff. Doesn't have to be over the top and fancy. I kind of like the more affordable stuff. So send to the email that's coming up in 3, 2, and we'll see you later.